Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Monday, August 18th episode of Monday Night Raw for the TEW Save here on the channel. This is episode 36, I believe. And yeah, we got a interesting episode today, I think. Not a lot of, headcanon for the matches, but we've got a lot of fun segments, I think, and a lot of fun surprises, a lot of potential returns, as I may hint in the title. I'm not sure yet what I'll title this, but I've got a lot of options. But yeah, we're going to start the show with the cameras following Stephanie Vaquer in the parking lot as she looks to enter the arena and open the show tonight, when suddenly a car swerves into the parking lot and just barely misses Vaquer, and it's pretty obvious whoever is driving was trying to hit her. And the car screeches to a halt. Security gets the person out, and it's Naomi who gets out of the driver's seat. And she tries to rush towards Vaquer, but security obviously keeping them separated for now. For a 65, Naomi opening the show by trying to run over Stephanie Vaquer. And yeah, the crowd liked it. 65, I'll take it. After that, Jey Uso makes his entrance and gets the crowd hyped. They're all yeeting. And then he says, he wants another shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, when he's interrupted by Paul Heyman and the Bronze, as Paul tells Jey that he isn't good enough to beat anyone in the Vision, and if he can't beat the Bronze, there's no way that he'd be able to beat Seth Rollins. And Braun gets in the ring and spears Jey, and Bronson Reed starts to climb the ropes. He's obviously looking for the tsunami, when suddenly the monster of all monsters, the monster among men, Braun Strowman, his music hits, and he rushes the ring and, sends Braun and Bronson retreating, with Paul Heyman, who says, we'll see you two in a match later tonight, for an 80. And, 92 for Jey's entrance, which definitely helps. And then high 60s for the rest. Bronson Reed underperforms. Jey Uso, Flavor of the Month. And Braun Strowman is back with the WWE. And his gimmick is great, which is awesome, and shouldn't have him losing to underdogs, comedy gimmicks. A bonus when looking dominant, and not a comedy guy. Good to know. And no losing to underdogs. So, an 80 is an awesome segment into our next match, which is Gunther facing Ron Killings. As obviously last week, Gunther told Ron that nobody will take him seriously. And Ron definitely struggles in his return to being a serious wrestler, as Gunther gets the victory in 9 minutes with a folding powerbomb. And this match gets us a 76, which I'm thrilled with. 67 for the wrestling, 63 for the crowd. Ron with a 54, Gunther with an 80. And yeah, Ron benefits from being the Flavor of the Month. A 76 is something I'm very, very thrilled about. I'm sure the very hot crowd helps. But yeah, awesome match. Obviously, I don't have a lot of headcanon for these matches tonight, just for this episode mostly, as I am in a little bit of a rush recording this episode. It's pretty late, and I set up all these. I did all the booking and realized it was pretty late, and I want to just record and get the show over with, but don't worry. Next episodes, we'll definitely get back to the norm of the headcanon and matches, but I also feel like a lot of these matches don't really have a lot of shenanigans in them anyways, and I'll explain when they do, so no worries. But yeah, after that, Adam Pearce is in his office, and Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley get in there. They're both furious about what Naomi tried to do to Stephanie Vaquer. And Pearce tells them they'll be able to channel that rage in the ring next week when they face Naomi and Asuka for a 77. And Adam Pearce performed a little poorly, and Rhea Ripley was good. But yeah, tag match next week. Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Valkyrie will face Naomi and Asuka. Will that be our main event? Probably, but yet to figure that out. After that, we have a match between Xavier Woods and Penta. Obviously, the segment last week where Penta walked in on the tag teams fighting. Xavier Woods said Penta isn't a tag team wrestler, so he's looking to prove himself in the ring tonight. And it's a pretty even match until Penta gets a quick roll-up for the victory for a 56, which I'm a little disappointed with. 57 for Xavier Woods, 61 for Penta, who is off his game. 59 for the wrestling, 52 for the crowd, but I know what happened. I wanted Xavier Woods to be kept strong, and that ruins the match a little bit. Yeah. Penalized due to the negative impact of the road agent notes being used, which is fine. I mean, it would have been maybe a low 60s, or maybe exactly a 60 if I had to guess. But a 56 is not the end of the world whatsoever. Surprise roll-up for Penta getting the victory. After that match, we have the Grayson Waller effect. And yeah, they invite the War Raiders out to talk about why they think they lost to the Judgment Day in that title opportunity that they got earlier this month. And War Raiders, they try to explain their situation, but Waller cuts them off and says, Austin Theory had a theory. And then, he likes that, double theory sentence, so he might use that in future Grayson Waller effect segments. But Austin Theory had a theory that the War Raiders are going to fall apart without the brains of their operation, Valhalla. Theory, tries to interject. He's like, I actually never said that, but Ivar isn't listening. He gets up and throws his chair at Grayson Waller, and the four men start brawling until Adam Pearce comes out and says, we don't need you guys to brawl. You guys are going to have a match right now. And yeah, the segment gets a 60, which is fun. And yes, this is me using the Grayson Waller effect to make another match. But yeah, I made this my storytelling match of the night. And, it's your normal tag match with both teams getting equal amount of offense in. When Ivar gets in there, he kind of dominates. But eventually, Austin Theory gets Eric isolated. And Eric is tired. A-Town Down Under keep preventing Ivar from tagging in. They don't want that big dude in there dominating the match. Suddenly, the War Raiders sirens go off, and Valhalla runs down the ramp and gets in the ring and starts attacking Austin Theory. And the ref, rings the bell as A-Town Down Under get a DQ victory. And road agents come out to split these two teams apart. So, yeah, Valhalla, last known as a heel, we are going to change that right now. Just turn her face. Turn was a complete success, obviously. We don't want this to be confusing. And, yeah, 53 for Grayson Waller, 49 for Theory, 58 for Ivar, 55 for Eric. And this match gets a 60. Ivar disqualified when Valhalla ran in and attacked Austin Theory. So I would have liked Eric to be disqualified, but oh well. I guess I should have specified in my road agent notes, but that's all right. Yeah, a 60 for this match is awesome. Actually, very happy with that, even with the confusion of Valhalla being a heel. The face turn was a complete success. So it's not really a turn. I'm just bringing Valhalla back. Thankfully, she came back from injury yesterday. So I believe yesterday, right before the show. So glad to have her back and have the War Raiders together as a trio. And yeah, after that, we have a segment with Damage Control as Io and Kairi Sane are trying to talk Asuka out of teaming with Naomi next week. And so that they can all be on the same page, but Asuka doesn't want to hear any of it and, threatens them before walking away. For 76, just a fun, short Damage Control segment. And yeah, Asuka, not hearing it, will be teaming with Naomi next week. And after that, we have a match between Raquel Rodriguez and Brie Bella. Obviously, the Bellas want a shot at the women's tag team titles. And Brie Bella has her return match. So these two, it's just a regular match. And at the end of the match, Roxanne distracts the ref, which allows Raquel Rodriguez to rake Brie Bella in the face, in the eyes, and take advantage of that to get the victory. For a 51, I'm fine with that. A 40 for Brie Bella, which isn't great, and a 56 for Raquel, which definitely helps. I had this Raquel defeated Brie Bella by DQ. I did not mean to do that. Anyways, Roxanne distracts Brie Bella. I think I meant to make it like a cheap victory, and they won by DQ. Oops. Anyways, Yeah, with a cheap finish. I didn't say by DQ. I don't know. Anyways, you know what? Yeah, it was just a cheap shot, not a win by DQ. 51 for this match is fine. I wasn't expecting a lot out of Brie Bella, but after that, we have another return. Valhalla, Braun Strowman, and now Carlito. Dom tells Bayley and Lyra Valkyria that it doesn't matter if either of them are able to get a title, because once Liv returns, she's taken them all. And Bayley and Lyra roll their eyes and walk away as the camera pans over to a returned Carlito, who says that it's so cool to be back for a 67, which is awesome. Large penalty to psychology during matches, sure. Cool gimmick is rated as great, which I'm very happy with. And yeah, after that we have another segment, another return. Giovanni Vinci enters Adam Pearce's office to announce that he is excited to be back on Raw and tells Adam Pearce that he wants to show everyone what a sophisticated man like himself can do in the ring after his time away training to get better. And Pearce tells Vinci that, he knows just who would be a perfect test for him to show off what he can do. For a 53, and sophisticated gimmick is very good, which is awesome. Can be penalized for losing to a comedy gimmick. Fair enough. And that opponent that Giovanni Vinci will be facing is someone also returning from injury, Ilya Dragunov. And I told these two to go out there and steal the show, and that they did. Ilya gets the victory in 12 minutes by pinfall. And I told them to go out and steal the show. They get a 70. 56 for the wrestling, 44 for the crowd, 45 for Vinci, 68 for Ilya Dragunov. Oh my god, a 70. Beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh, we are pushing Ilya Dragunov to the moon, maybe. I'm thrilled that this match got a 70. I kind of was planning to wait to bring these two back, but I was like, you know what, I just need another match. And lo and behold, I get a 70 for these two. But after that, Rey Mysterio warns El Grande and Karrion Kross to leave Dragon Lee and the rest of the LWO alone. For a 61, just, a warning from Rey. Obviously, he's still injured, so he can't physically do anything, but once he returns, he might be looking to send a message physically once he's healthy. And after that, we got another kind of singles tag team match where Pete Dunne is facing JD McDonough. And, Finn Balor is trying to do some Judgment Day shenanigans at ringside, but Tyler Bate is watching his every move. And the Judgment Day aren't able to do anything, as Pete Dunne gets the victory with a bitter end for a 65. Actually, another very good rating. 61 for JD, 56 for Pete Dunne, 59 for the wrestling, 47 for the crowd, 65 match rating. And Judgment Day gains heat with this match. Another surprisingly good rating for a match. And yeah, after that, we go backstage once again. Natalya training Alpha Academy, and that training session is interrupted by Chad Gable, an American Made. And Gable tells Natalya that she's making a mistake, trying to make those idiots at Alpha Academy into something they aren't, winners. Natalya tells Gable to focus on his recovery because by the time he's back in the ring, he'll stand no chance against either Otis or Tozawa. For a 53, which is fine, gets all these guys on the show tonight. And the 53 is not bad whatsoever. After that, we have another backstage interview where I guess this is our first backstage interview of the night. LA Knight promises to be better the next time that he gets a title shot. For an 83, which is awesome. Obviously, people like LA Knight getting interviewed. He says the yeah a couple of times in there too. Yeah, I made it improvised, and clearly that seemed to work out pretty well. An 83 is awesome. But next up, we have a tag match where Sheamus and TJ Perkins are facing Rusev and whoever Rusev found. And yeah, Rusev found someone that has a lot of history with Sheamus and will look to beat him up in the ring, Ridge Holland. And yeah, I made this a mayhem match, so it gets chaotic pretty quickly. You know, fight spills out to the ringside area as Rusev throws TJ into the steel steps. Sheamus and Ridge are brawling on the outside before just breaking the count at 9. And Rusev and TJ Perkins tag in, but it gets rough for TJ pretty quick as he's getting beaten pretty easily by Rusev. Sheamus tags himself in, but Rusev doesn't notice, thinks TJ's still the, active participant. And he picks TJ up and throws him out of the ring onto the announce desk, which that'll probably leave TJ Perkins out for the rest of this match. And Sheamus gets some hard-hitting offense in on Rusev, and who brings Ridge back in. And, these two go to war. They got history. Eventually, Sheamus is able to gain most of the momentum and hit a brogue kick and cover for 1, 2, 3. Rusev was too exhausted and couldn't break up the pin in time. And this match gets us a 58. 55 for TJ, 68 for Sheamus, 42 for Ridge, 64 for Rusev. And yeah, the match rating would probably be in the 60s, except I wanted Rusev to be kept strong. And yeah, 12-minute match, chaotic. Sheamus benefits from being in amazing form, which I'm thrilled with. Obviously, the road agent notes of keeping Rusev strong hurt the match a little bit, but that's fine. After that, we go to our second interview of the night, where Kathy Kelly asks AJ Styles if he's worried that he won't be on the card in Paris, especially knowing how much the French fans love him. Phenomenal AJ tells Kathy that fate has a funny way of bringing people back to where they belong, and he's confident that fate will land him at that show in Paris for a 72, which, AJ Styles always does a good job. And yeah, after that, we have a main event match, but not a main event segment, main event match, seeing Jey Uso and Braun Strowman face the Brawns, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And, Braun Strowman, he's got so much energy. He hasn't wrestled in a while, and he's able to help Jey get the upper hand in this match and get the victory for a 75. And, yeah, I didn't really have any shenanigans planned for this match or a specific finish in mind. Yeah, a 75 is actually awesome. 60 for Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, and a 70 for Breaker and Jey Uso. And yeah, 65 for the wrestling, 63 for the crowd, 75 match rating, lots of bonuses, and of course the crowd is very hot as well. But we do have another segment, and if any of you watched the Raw where AJ Lee returned, that's basically what happens here. Becky Lynch comes out to gloat about beating up CM Punk and, her and her hot husband continue to run Raw. Seth joins her, tells everyone CM Punk will never be champion again, and Becky Lynch can beat him up all she wants, and there's nothing Punk can do about it. Punk comes out to confront them. He says his line that he said in real life, never put his hands on a woman, but he knows somebody who will. AJ Lee comes out and beats up Becky Lynch before Seth Rollins makes a save, and then they run away into the crowd for an 86, which is an awesome end of the show. And AJ Lee gimmick gets a very good rating, which I'm very happy with. Lots of great improvising for this main event segment. But yeah, I didn't need to explain this this angle to you guys. You've seen it in real life. It's basically the exact same thing. And AJ Lee returns to the WWE for the first time in forever. And the segment gets an 86 to end our show, which gets a 78. Another awesome show that increases our popularity in 22 regions. And sorry if this episode was kind of rushed a little bit. I didn't have a lot of the matches planned out in my head like I normally do. But NXT, the go-home show before NXT Heatwave, will be the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe to the channel to see more TEW content, and comment your feedback down below. Let me know what feuds you want to see. I'll see you guys for NXT. Goodbye.